Hello, friends, and welcome to Drawing Class with me, Mr. Blakely. Well, this is what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be making a cool animal eye drawing that's incorporating a lot of texture through line. Don't get confused. I don't expect you to do, see how there are three of them? I don't expect you to do three. What you're going to do is choose one of these three and draw that one. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. So here's the deal. I'm going to draw the top one. That's the owl eyes. But if that doesn't appeal to you, or if you see just one that you'd rather do, you can straight up pause it on this, and you can do your best, to just draw what you see. But I'm going to go through step by step, and basically it's going to be drawing the eyes, drawing the brow, drawing the beak, and then drawing sets of lines around to create the different textures. I chose the owl in part because a lot of the lines are kind of the same, or they're similar like width, so it'd be fairly easy to make that one. The middle one, the wolf, might be a simpler drawing, but it could be harder to get the different brush sizes. Like you see, like a lot of the things are very small or directly around the eyes, but then there's a ring of more bold brush strokes around that, or pencil marks around that. Anyway, yeah, so if you want to follow along with me and do the owl drawing, you certainly can. If you want to do that wolf or the gorilla, just pause it right here. Do it. Please no tracing. Yeah, so let's do it. Grab your pencil and paper. All right. So the first step is that we are going to draw the eyes themselves, and then we're going to do the texture sort of all around them. So let's go ahead. I think I'm actually going to start with the brow, the eyebrow. So we'll come up here, and we're just going to make like a line that goes down and then back up again like that. All right, and this is going to be like intense owl eyes. So we're going to make an eye here, and we're going to make an eye here. So let's start with this one. We're just going to go down and around. Fairly straightforward. Circle. Do the same thing over here. Down and around. Like that. So far, hopefully you're following along pretty well. We're going to do the pupil part. Iris and pupil, which is like this. Because it's an owl, the eyes are fairly large. Awesome. If you want to, you can put like a little bit of a highlight in the eye there. Oops. I didn't quite do it. Let me try that again. Down, over, up, across. I think I'll go down, over, up, and across. Awesome. We're also going to do a little bit of catch light or highlight over here as well. Just a sort of simple triangular one there. Simple triangular one there as well. All right. Now, a lot of what's going to be happening here is texture. Oh, before we do the texture, let's do this beak. This is going to start right up here in the middle. We're going to go down. It's going to be like a diamond. Down, good, back up, and back up. And we'll do a highlight also on the inside of there. So we'll go down. You can kind of imagine this is like the light shining off the curve of the beak. And then all this will be black. Awesome. So now that we got those basic features, the highlights, the rest is going to be texture. So we're going to use texture for shading. We're going to use texture for feathers, and we're going to do texture for a few different things. So first, let's do texture as shading, sort of to give this area below the brow a little bit of shade. So we'll do kind of like a hatching, right? So it'll be like on this line, we're just going to draw little hatching lines, right? Parallel. about the same distance apart. And just to like about there. Same thing on the other side. And just as before, we're going to be moving away from the brow line. And it's just, see what a nice little thing that does. And as it starts to come out to the edge, you can kind of even make them a little bit more radiating outward. Let's also do for texture, let's make some lines around the outside of the eyeball itself to kind of give a little texture. Maybe some one or two more up here. Same thing on this eye. You don't feel like this 100% works, or if it doesn't totally make sense to you, just give it a minute here. Once this is all together, you're going to see all the different textures will should create a pretty cool effect. All right. So in this, now we're going to kind of break it down into zones, and each zone is going to kind of get its own texture. So up here on the brow itself, you can almost imagine a dividing line here, and out from that, moving up in this direction, are going to be lots of little texture lines. Ones that follow the brow. The idea is that they are moving up and away from that sort of imaginary center line that we made. And just little short lines like this. Same thing on the other side. We're going to just start making little lines that do this. There we go. Nice. All right. So what do I want to do next? Next, let's do some similar lines around the eye. So we'll do some ones like this. And they're going to kind of follow along the texture of the, or they're along the directionality of the eye. Do some more in this corner here too. Same sort of thing. Try not to get too far away from the eye. All right. And now let's do, let's do kind of the feathers around the outside here. We'll give that indication. And the way we're going to do that is like this. Longer, parallel, radiating feathers like this. Same thing on this side. Start about here, and we're going to do long, radiating, parallel-ish. I mean, not fully parallel, obviously, but parallel-ish. Like that. Let's do, starting in here, let's do a line of like, sort of shorter ones that go like this. Same thing here. It's going to be moving out from the beak. Shorter parallels that go like that. And in this middle area, let's do some in-between length ones. Now you notice these aren't random. When we do these, they're not, I'm not just like, we're doing areas that have directionality. So even though we're doing short little lines like this, you can see overall there's like larger areas of texture that are being created. All right, and next I want to do a ring of longer feathery lines that are maybe a little closer together. The idea here, what you saw in my example that I made, was that the whole thing is kind of fill in a box. Oops, I don't love those, but we're gonna have your final product will be like a long rectangular box like thing here. So in pursuit of that, we do want to kind of, you could even, if you wanted to, start off by making yours a long rectangle. Is there anything else I want to do? We can call that good. I would just say that the more of these little texture lines that you have generally, the better it'll work for you. And now you saw in my example that this is black and white, so you really don't have to worry about color too much. But there were areas shaded in, so you're gonna want to shade in this whole area, and the area around here, but not the white in the middle. So that is our owl eye texture. As far as what I'm looking for as I'm going to be grading these, good basic proportions, right? The eyes themselves, the beak looks good, the brow looks good, and then I'm going to be looking for stuff like this, areas where lines parallel or radiating are creating a texture, like a suggestion of radiating or longer lines of lines going out, I guess would be the best way I could put it. So yeah, this is going to be due not actually 1 week from today, because 1 week from today is Memorial Day, but it'll be due the next day. So a week from Tuesday. And that'll be the last week of school. So awesome. I hope you guys are well, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do with this. Until next time. Bye.